Dream big. There's no other option. Channel PK Town.
Right here. What year is this?
I have no idea. That's 10 years ago.
10?
15, maybe.
Rocking the long hair.
I started comedy, I think, 14 years ago. So there's a microphone, so that has to be less than 15.
Looking good. Ladies and gentlemen, Ismo Lecola. Did they say it right?
Yeah.
Ismo Lecola. Live in the flesh. How you doing, sir?
Hi.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Thank you.
This is the Pinchy Kimchi podcast. And we just get to know you, man. Because I've met you. And at the holiday party, we laughed our ass off making fun of the drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always get cheap drinks here. But I've seen your comedy. You're freaking hilarious and very talented, man. I think the first thing is people should know is Laugh Factory had the world's funniest person contest. And so I know that, a lot of, comedians here were probably thinking like, come on, man, like, what is this? Like, it's just some marketing ploy. And then, I have kids. So like I come here straight from work. That's why I'm friggin' like this. But so I didn't get to come to any of the shows live, but then I just saw you one. And then I saw you live. I saw your clips. You're legitimate. Everybody says you're legitimate. You're so funny, man. So congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, the competition was the thing that brought me here in the first place.
So you flew here just for that?
Yeah, for the funniest person competition. Yeah.
How'd you find out about it?
They asked, like, Laugh Factory was searching all around the world for.
I don't know, how did
country.
You find the email?
But then, like, somebody contacted me that, hey, do you want to participate? Like, through Finland. There were
email?
many people in between. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the power of email.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah. So it was great because now I'm here. So before the competition, I have never done a gig in America. I just done the UK a lot.
So how you started comedy 14 years ago?
Yeah, in Finland.
In Finland. See, if you really think about how crazy that is, and that's so inspirational. You decided 14 years ago, or even before that, you saw comedy and you wanted to do it. And then 14 years ago, you said, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And you've been grinding and paying your dues. And then through technology and Jamie saying, you know what, I'm going to do the world's, this world's funniest comedian, the world's comedian, the best comedian. Someone sent you an email to Finland.
Yeah.
And then you found out and you flew here and now you're sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the world is getting smaller, but it's still the same size physically.
Yeah.
So the flights are not getting...
Still the same size. Well, how would you say you describe your comedy like? What?
Like, I think it's like in the broad spectrum of like observational comedy. Like I just look at stuff and find something funny. So that's,
whoever is watching this right now, like, first pause, go watch some clips of Ismo, and then come back. He's freaking hilarious.
Thanks. I think it's like like now, especially when I'm here, I'm like every day I'm finding out something new because it's so different, and I can compare with Finland. And so in here, it's actually even different. In Finland, I think the comedy is a bit different here now than in Finland.
Yeah.
Because in Finland, of course, I've always been there, so I don't have this perspective of a weird guy. But actually, I still have it kind of, because for the whole planet or humanity, I think I'm a little bit detached from it. So I just observe things even there. So I'm kind of like the weird guy from somewhere else, even though I was born there.
Who was your earliest inspiration in comedy?
Well, of course, the first comedy I think I saw was Seinfeld and Eddie Murphy, because we didn't have much comedy in Finland.
How do you watch it on what, DVD?
Well,
VHS?
Seinfeld was airing in Finnish TV, of course.
Okay.
And
so not his stand-up, his show.
Yeah, his show. And of course, that had like
a little bit of stand-up in there. Yeah.
So that was like, that's stand-up, okay. And then I saw Eddie Murphy's Raw, like when I was a kid, like when it came out.
Delirious? Raw first? The one in the red or the blue? The one in the red is when he's 20, and it's like Washington, D.C.
I don't remember.
The one in the blue is like
first.
a smaller comedy club.
I think it was because that was so huge.
The big one?
The big one. Because it was so huge that it even reached Finland. because we didn't like there was no.
No, but did you listen to it or did you watch it?
I think I watched it.
So is it?
Somehow.
Do you remember? Is it like this huge auditorium?
Well, I watched since the both, so I
Oh, you can't
because
remember.
that was like so.
So many people cite Eddie Murphy as their inspiration to comedy.
Because I think
he was one of mine.
And it was like I think that was the one I saw like when I was small, because that was so big internationally, the show, that it even reached Finland, because there was no Finland wasn't bringing any comedians to perform there, and like stand up, there wasn't much stand up. There were a couple of Finnish guys in the 90s, but not much.
Is there stand up comedy club?
Well,
in Finland?
There's lots of comedy going on now, but there's no like Laugh Factory. There's nothing like every day, like one venue for comedy every day. There's nothing like that, but there's like weekly or monthly or like many times a week comedy nights in many theaters and bars and stuff like that. Have been for years, and now people do lots of these big tours, like big theater concerts or concert hall tours.
Really?
So comedy has gone from like basically just a couple of guys doing some few corporate gigs in the 90s to like now huge tours, and it's like really big now.
Really? In Finland?
Yeah.
And then do you go to like the European tour? Is that the next step?
Well, like there's the language barrier. That's quite a big one. So because Finland we speak Finnish, and it's completely different. Like,
do you learn English too in school too?
We do, yeah, but it's still like the second language. So Finnish people are quite good at reading or listening to English, but not speaking, because we have subtitles in the movies and TV, so we hear English all the time.
Yeah.
And we consume lots of American and British stuff on TV and movies and stuff, but like we never speak English because there's nobody to speak English to.
Yeah.
Well, maybe now the younger generation talk online more, but when I was a kid, I never spoke English that much.
That's another thing that I respect about. Okay. Just if there's a young comic look at this guy right here. He's doing comedy here in Hollywood with English as a second language. There's no Americans growing, because Americans, we're ethnocentric. We think we're the center of the world. There's no Americans growing up here with, learning like Spanish, French, and then going there to do stand-up comedy in the second language. I think it's very difficult.
It can be. I've heard that somebody has maybe done it. I think some people want to do it for.
Who?
Like there was this one guy who went to China and did something in Chinese.
In Chinese?
Yeah, this Irish American guy, and there was. I think that some people have done, but it's.
Was
rare.
he funny?
I don't speak Chinese.
No, but I'm saying like you're really good as a difference. You could do hacky shit, but like you're like some guy can go to China and do some hacky shit. Nobody knows, but like you're really original. Your writing is so good, man. Yeah, like that's really impressive. That you do. You won.
Yeah. It's really exciting to like. And
would you say you're the funniest person in Finland? Say it right here. Hell yeah!
It's
you're here. The last world famous.
It's so great. Like, and I like the competition was the really like. I don't see comedy normally as a competition. It's like an art form. So. But the competition, really, that was the big thing for me to come here.
And it probably traveled back, and they were so proud of you. But then you also probably had haters too in Finland, like your other comedian friends.
I think actually the comedians and the whole Finnish, like everybody from Finland, were really excited about the competition.
That's awesome.
So actually, it was
so proud, right?
Yeah, it was really, really good for the whole country. I think people were really excited.
The whole country?
Yeah.
The whole country is watching?
Well, basically, it was on the newspapers. And
wait, how many people in Finland?
5 million.
So, and I'm sure the neighboring countries, everybody like here, we're so ignorant. It's always like Finland and Norway and Scotland, like they would group together.
Yeah, Sweden and Norway.
Finland and Sweden. I'm ignorant shit.
Yeah. And actually the language thing is also like Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, which are Scandinavia also, and Iceland also. But they have like kind of the same language, like kind of very similar. So like Norwegians understand Swedish and something like that. But Finnish is completely different. So they have no idea.
How old is Finland?
Actually, next year, 100 years.
100 years.
like independence. But
What-
like the culture has been there, of course, much more. But we were under Sweden first for a few hundred years, then under Russia for 100 years, and now independent for 100 years.
Oh, and then independence. So next year's the independence, 100 years. It's gonna be a big ass party there.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'm gonna be here. So
Oh,
I,
you're
don't- well, I think I'm gonna go back,
Wait,
back
do you-
and forth.
What do you guys drink there? What's the drink of choice?
Well, there's many. Yeah, Finnish people drink a lot. Actually, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Finland?
Yeah. Americans
Cheers.
drink like American. It's like it's not normal to like pass out or something.
It's normal over there.
Yeah, it's not like every day, but
No,
it's
in
like
Korea, people drink till they pass out, like on the ground, fight, knock out. Yeah, like
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's like it's of course, but maybe like once a year somebody passes. Like it's Finnish drinking culture is. It is so. There's lots of drinks of
But
choice.
what is like beer, or is it more hardcore like Scotch whiskey?
It's like beer, and then like there's like this Finnish vodka is really popular. Like this made of rye.
What is it called?
Kossu.
Kosu?
Yeah. Or
You can't get it here, right?
Koskenkorva. No, it's just in Finland.
Oh, it's just.
I think they export it a bit, but not much. And then Jallu, which is like brandy mixed with vodka. So it's kind of brandy, but not that brandyish. That's really popular.
There's gonna be a lot of people getting fucked up in Finland for the 100-year independence,
Yeah,
as you should, Finland.
Yeah.
And we have the champion of the Laugh Factory competition right here from
Yeah.
Finland.
So yeah. That's it, and it's kind of like a mystery, the whole Finnish culture and the language, because it's not really related to. It's so different from the neighboring countries. The language, and I think the genetics are a bit deep. So it's kind of like
It
weird.
must be such a tight country because 5 million is a lot of people, but like in LA County has 10 million.
Yeah.
So when you say the whole country was,
Well,
you are
like-
famous in Finland. Like you are like Michael Jackson famous in Finland.
Well, kind of like maybe. I'm not always, but I don't.
No, but like
Ooh.
after you won the competition,
Yeah.
did you go back, right?
Yeah,
And then
like,
you were noticed.
Yeah, and before the competition, I did lots of TV stuff and.
Oh, you already people already knew you.
Yeah, like, but not. I was not like the biggest celebrity there. I didn't do everything, and I actually controlled it. I didn't want to go to do everything all the time, so I just concentrated on the comedy. But it was quite big before that, and the competition really also. That was like a really big thing there. People
And
were
did
really
it-
excited.
Did you ever see people who visited here from Finland come to the Laugh Factory because of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they probably saw the backdrop and then.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody had just booked flights and came here just specifically
No, but because-
only for that.
Yeah. But if they were here. they
Yeah.
probably-
There were lots of people. I think yesterday there was Finnish people watching a gig here. So it's people.
That is so cool, man.
It's also funny because Finnish people. We are not 5 million. It's small. It's small.
No, there's still a lot of people, but I'm wondering, is it growing? Because like in Japan, there's a problem because they're not having enough kids. It's shrinking. So
I
they're
think
trying to
it's-
encourage people to have more kids.
I think it's the same thing in Finland.
like
yeah.
it's not shrinking. It's people only having one kid.
Yeah, it's kind of. It might. I think it's rather shrinking than.
But you guys
growing.
drink so much. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. The sperm is dead from drinking. I don't know. There has to be some explanation. But it's like because everybody is thinking of education, career, and stuff. So they don't make kids. They postpone it and postpone it. And
Is it a capitalist country or is it very? Is it more like is health insurance free?
it's kind of socialistic.
Okay,
So it's healthcare and
it's like Canada.
yeah, I think basically. So it's. I haven't been to Canada that much. So it's kind of like because it's here near. But I have been in Canada like a couple of times, but not much.
Okay.
But yeah, something like that. It's high taxes and lots of like government control.
People are more happier though, right? No.
Well, I think Finland is really high on the happiness statistics. Like it was like the 5th happiest country.
It
But
is, right?
I think it's explained by when I don't know how they survey that. If they just ask and then they are like, yeah, okay, I think I'm happy, but like they just say that. I don't know because Finland is
Oh,
also really high on suicide. It's like number 3 or
shit. Well,
so
then,
it's kind of
damn.
like how can they be both?
How can they be both?
So,
Wait, why do you think that is?
I don't know, but I think it's I don't know how they
See,
measure
I know there's
happiness.
comments below like, see, fucking socialist doesn't work. They're gonna comment.
Yeah.
Wait. Anyways, well, okay, I don't want to go down that dark path. So you won the competition. You go back. You bring your wife
Yeah.
over,
Yeah.
and like you were saying, let's go, right?
Yeah.
And she's all for it.
Yeah.
She's like, let's go.
Yeah,
Excited.
Yeah.
She's excited to move to LA.
Yeah.
How did she like it?
Very much. Yeah.
The weather, right?
Weather, of course.
The traffic sucks ass, but
Yeah. Well, actually,
Yeah.
there's a couple of things the traffic I actually like, even though there's lots of traffic. I love the take a ride on the red light. I just love, because in Finland that would never you have to call the president. Or something.
wait, what do you mean?
You can take a ride on the red light here.
Oh,
Yeah.
In Finland, if it's right lane, you cannot.
No, never. You can,
Why?
That would be like maybe if you like go call the president and ask for permission.
Wait, well, why?
Like it's like Finland is really strict with rules like that. It's like it's red, and I think some states here can't do it, but I don't know. I think the traffic, even though there's so much traffic, it's quite like fluent. You can see like in here you can see like 500 cars, and then like this is a huge jam, but then after like 1 minute they are all gone. Like because there's so
It's
many
organized.
It's really well
Like
organized.
Asia is not organized. That's why people say Asians are the worst drivers. It's because there's no fucking rules over there.
Yeah.
Nobody follows it. Everybody just jams in.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Like
so
people
because-
don't follow.
And in Finland, it's like the opposite.
Well,
There's like
Japan's good, but not the other countries.
yeah. I think that's organized. Yeah, but because like in Finland, there's like so many rules and everything is so strict. So it's I don't know. And also there's like less lanes and so I don't know if you can even like here you can do the U-turn. It's so like LA is so built for cars. It's like so unfair to walk. Nobody walks.
Nobody walks.
I
There's
tried it a
song
couple of
called-
times, but
There used to be a song called "Nobody Walks in LA." Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it's so like I think it's illegal to cross the street walking. Like if there's no crosswalk, just cross the street.
Oh yeah, jaywalking. Yeah, some
Like
people,
yeah,
some
if you
people-
just like in the
some
middle
people-
of the block.
you can get a jaywalking ticket if you're a loser.
Yeah,
if you're
but-
lame.
So it's illegal to walk across the street, but you can still make like 10 U-turns and back your car. Like you can make a U-turn and cross the street like with the car. It's
But
even
in
though
Finland-
there's like red lights, so it's. But yeah, it's really built for cars there, and it works even though it kind of sometimes doesn't work, but it still works, and
So,
yeah,
so you're liking it here?
yeah, it is. It's really nice, and it's so exciting to start the whole thing, like building the comedy career and stuff in Finland first, and then just coming here and like starting over.
What's the biggest difference you see from the American comedian scene?